Welcome to Using Quick Entry versus Forms Mode. This is part of Course 2, Steps to Complete Your First Tax Return in ProSeries. My name is M.B. Raimondi. I am a CPA from Trumbull, Connecticut. I am a longtime ProSeries user as well as a longtime teacher of Intuit products, including ProSeries, QuickBooks, and some of the other Intuit products. I'm very happy to be here with you today. In this video, you are going to learn how to enter data via QuickEntry, and we'll talk a little bit about QuickEntry versus Forms Mode. In one of the other videos, we spoke about entering information directly on a form or on a worksheet connected to a form. That is what is called Forms Mode. But there is another way to enter information on the return that you might find easier either overall or maybe in certain situations. It's called entering using QuickEntry mode. The QuickEntry mode was designed to help enter data quickly and efficiently. It allows you to enter the essential data, possibly all on one worksheet. So if you have situations then where there's more than essential data that you have to put in, there's probably an additional information worksheet that you can fill in, or you can switch back to Forms mode to fill in that information. So in this return right now, we are in Forms mode. One of the ways that we know is because our Forms bar says Forms in use. So to switch to QuickEntry, you can click on the icon at the top of the page. It kind of looks like a piece of paper with writing on it. Or use your keyboard shortcut, which is Control plus the letter M, M for mode. So that's how you remember it, Control plus M for mode. Or you click on the icon, and it switches us over. Now, what types of information might you want to enter using QuickEntry mode? One example would be the fixed asset information. So I'm going to switch back to Forms mode for just a moment and look at my asset entry worksheet. So when I am in Forms mode, I scroll down. There is a lot to this asset entry worksheet. Do I really need to fill all of this information in? And the answer is a lot of times we don't need to. So is there an easier way to enter asset information? Let's switch back over to QuickEntry mode and see what happens. Well, here we have an asset list. So we are on our asset list. It's an FD140. So these are worksheets in our QuickEntry mode. And we can simply come down here and enter our new information, date placed in service. Now, this is really helpful if we have a brand new client that we don't have their information in the prior year tax return, and we just need to get all of those assets in. Put in the information, what's the cost, this is a very expensive computer, what type of asset is it, I look on my drop-down. I have the same choices in Forms mode or QuickEntry mode, and is it part of the economic stimulus? And then I go on to my next asset. Now, this is the FD140. There is an FD140A that you can fill out if you have to put in additional information. But you can see where it would be easy just to click on the QuickEntry, fill in this information in here. When else might we want to use it? I'm going to toggle back to Forms mode. And by the way, you can toggle back to Forms mode, back and forth between Forms mode and QuickEntry mode. And when you're using QuickEntry mode, anything you enter there is going to go to the appropriate place and the appropriate form, schedules, or worksheets in the client return. So let's look at our Schedule D. What happens if we have a whole list of stock sales that we need to input? When I am in Forms mode, each stock sale has its own worksheet. Let's switch over to QuickEntry mode. What does that look like? Again, we have more of a spreadsheet kind of format that allows us to enter into this table, making it much faster to enter. So it really is a nice way to enter information, and just like in Forms mode, we can see all sheets. It still is a Forms icon on the top of the page. we can pull up that information to enter all of our information related to the tax return or specific information depending on if you want to switch back between forms and quick entry mode. If you really like these quick entry sheets, and they do grow on you, you can set your options, which we talked about in another video, to have your clients start in quick entry mode rather than starting in forms mode. So you have now learned how to enter data via the quick entry mode versus the forms mode. I thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful, and I would encourage you to watch the other videos in this course as well as the other courses that are offered out at the website to help you use ProSeries more efficiently and effectively.